In this video today, I'm going to tell you how one of my clients was able to scale to over $100,000 per month by strategically selling to women fitness solutions. Okay? So pretty much my client, I've been working with him for quite a while at this point. He offers a full transformative fitness package to moms, middle-aged women, menopausal women of that sorts to help them lose weight, balance their metabolism, get in shape. And I'm going to tell you why that if you're in fitness, you should probably sell to women, and how we set this up strategically to just cash flow really freaking hard. Okay? So the first things first you have to understand about any sort of market or offer you're selling is the market matters more than the offer. If you put yourself in a really good market, but you have a really bad offer, then you will do good, period. If you're in a really bad market, but you have a great offer, your business is probably not going to do good. So what I mean by this is a lot of people, for example, are in markets that are just like going downhill, they're losing momentum, losing popularity, etc. It's like getting into newspaper or radio, but you have a great offer and a great radio station. Doesn't matter, there's less people using those platforms every single day. But if you go into a great market, then you're kind of able to, quote unquote, ride the wave of the big players and the amount of people in the market and the amount of cash in the market, etc., and you'll just ride that wave. So what we found in fitness is women just spend more money. This is just a hard fact. Women spend more money on just everything related to themselves, clothing, makeup, aesthetics, their image, all this sort of stuff. On average, women tend to spend more money. And on average, most women between the ages of, let's say, 30 to 55, 60 are in some sort of relationship where they have some sort of financial stability with their own personal career or their husband, and then they have access to some sort of spending power. Meaning, number one, good market, right? Because they're women, they spend more money on average. Number two, they have buying power. So already you can see how this is a good market to be in. And then number three, this is the stake in the heart, is women, on average, like women between that 30 to 60 range, are going through something that I call the, I would say is like a decline of their self-image in a sense. What happens a lot is when a woman is younger, maybe she's in her 20s, etc., she's kind of at her peak physical looks, right? And women tend to be very like self-judgmental. So what will happen a lot of the times is, if a woman's 20, she's really attractive. By the time she reaches 30, maybe she has a couple wrinkles, etc. But she will maybe like hyper-analyze the way she looks more than men, for example. She'll be a little bit more hypercritical. She'll be like very like, oh my god, that wrinkle on my forehead, or oh this, or oh that. And then immediately she'll start to go take actions to try to fix that. She'll go to get plastic surgery, so she'll start going to the gym, or she'll do a variety, a handful of things that will just try to solve that issue, because she is constantly comparing herself to that portion when she was, I guess, at her peak physical looks. If you compare that to men, this definitely does happen with men, but it's on a very small scale compared to women. Women, just on average, simply care more about their appearances compared to men. Okay? So if you take those three factors, right, that the fact that women spend more money, women around this age group have access to capital, and then number three, there is a high amount of pain. And the thing about pain in any sort of market is if there's a high amount of pain, there's a high amount of action that follows that pain. If I put anyone in a low pain scenario, meaning they're not experiencing a lot of pain, what will happen is they won't have a lot of action, or they won't feel like they have to take a lot of action or need urgency to fix that pain because the pain is low. But if the pain is really high, then you can kind of see where I'm going here. They have more urgency to take measures and go solve that pain that they're experiencing. So, keeping this in mind, we pretty much went and targeted these simply, this women age group, middle-aged women, with these three kind of key indicators of, wow, this is an absolutely incredible market to go after, and we're stupid to not go after this market. Compared to men, compared to college students, compared to any market within fitness, this is the best kind of alternative. But the thing that we kind of battled with is these women on average have a lot of different options to solve their issues. For example, if a woman who is 40 years old, who has access to capital, etc., wants to lose weight, or let's say like, just look better, be more toned, lose weight, you get the idea. She can go get plastic surgery. She can start taking Ozempic. She can start taking, some sort of supplementation. She can go to a dietitian. She can, take some pharmaceuticals. She can, liposuction. The list goes on and on and on and on about the amount of options she has. She can go to an esthetician and do like facial things to make her, like, you can do lots of things to make themselves look better. But the thing that we all also realize about this market is 90% of the women that we worked with tried a lot of these other things before, and they were lost and they were confused. So this is where we kind of came across our angle that just destroyed, is we simply just figured out that if we could resonate with the fact of them, number one, not really having that self-image anymore, and number two, trying a lot of things before and not getting success, and listing the laundry, naming the laundry list of things that they've tried, why they don't work logically, and then backing it up emotionally with the way they feel and case studies and proof that the system works and etc., then we can click. Okay? So then pretty much what we did is we kept all this stuff in mind. We made angles regarding this stuff that I'm telling you about the fact that they tried a lot of things, the fact of pain, self-image, all this sort of stuff. We went and started running ads, okay? And I don't talk about ads, I talk about ads a lot on my channel. I will just simply tell you right now, the easiest way to guarantee you will get views on an offer or on a post is ads. You give the money to the algorithm, to Facebook, and Facebook, Instagram, whatever, will give you views. It's money for views. And they're not views on anybody, it's views based on who you're targeting within your ad. So we had this guy had a decent amount of followers, so we were kind of battling between, okay, are we gonna do ads? Are we gonna do just pushing this on his content? And I just said, okay, well, let's just do ads. It's the simplest. We don't even know if this offer is gonna work 100%. Let's go spend $5,000, let's go spend $10,000. Let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, we break even on the ads. Best case scenario, we crack and we make 10 to 20 times on return. So we went and started running ads. We built all these angles. We built everything regarding resonating with pain, copywriting this effectively. I can go on and on. I have a bunch of videos where I talk specifically on how to structure ads effectively, copywriting, all that sort of stuff. But our team and myself, we built this out in full, launched the ads, and we pretty much were able to get roughly a 12x return on ad spend. It's called ROAS. And what ROAS is pretty much for every dollar you put in, you're going to be able to get $12 out with our ratio. Okay? So we spent roughly $10,000 or so in the initial bunch. We were able to generate about $120,000 back from that on this niche. After that, we just kept doubling down, and right now we're at that $100,000 per month sort of mark. Has been a little bit above that, has been a little bit below that, but I'll just say for average case scenario, that's roughly kind of where we're sitting, okay? So, if you're watching this and you're somebody who has an offer in fitness or has an offer that is, somewhat health related, and you're kind of like maybe struggling, maybe you're running ads, maybe you're doing content, maybe you're doing, cold outreach, whatever you're doing, and maybe you're probably at a point where your business is slow, you're happy with the income you're making, but you're not really that happy, you're kind of at a little bit of a crossroads. I'm going to tell you this right now, that you have to choose a better market. Your market is going to dictate 75% of the battle. And I'm not saying for you to go and choose women, the one that I gave you. There are hundreds of other markets that we're constantly tracking, that we're constantly updating based off the data we have, that just work and that click. And the thing is, we don't even have great offers behind them, or the ads aren't exceptionally better than other people's ads. It's just the fact of we really identified that market and capitalized on a point of, let's say, weakness, and went and solved that pain. So if you're watching this right now and you want to get to 100,000 or 150K a month in your coaching offer, go find a market that has high pain, okay? Once you figure that out and once you validated it, that takes a lot of work. Make sure your offer's good and make sure you understand how to effectively communicate and resonate with that pain to get people to become interested in what you're selling or offering, okay? If you want help with this, if you want to, for me to kind of show you exactly what we do with our clients in order to identify these markets, or if you simply just want to steal one of our markets that we are currently working with or that we currently have in our database and want us to scale it for you, we can potentially make something work. So you can go down and check that out below. You can go and book a call with myself, but nonetheless, I hope you get some value and I hope you enjoy the rest of your lovely day. Peace out.